welcome to another broadcast with me, Elita, Dragon Goddess of Healing and Protection, my little lady Napsolano here, and little Lavender! Yay! I may be a little bit tipsy, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Now, see, I didn't realize I was going to rank up today, so I wasn't prepared for this. But we have a little questy go here to do, and we have to level up, rank up. Yes, that's the one. So let's go! Love yous! Mwah! Recruitment drive. Something seems to be weighing heavily on Leepu's mind. What am I going to do? I can't seem to find anyone up to the task. Oh, Elita, you have the wonderful habit of appearing exactly when I need you. I've got a problem on my hands. Don't worry, the agency's doing fine. The Earthenshire tours have been a runaway success, and if bookings stay steady, we'll soon recoup all the recent outlays. Well, that's actually the problem. The upper reaches of Kozamauka are proving too popular. We're struggling to meet demand with our current number of tour guides. I want to address the issue before the burden starts wearing the staff down. You aren't aware of anyone in need of work who knows the region like the back of their hand, are you? 2 seconds, I'll just make sure this is broadcasting. Yep, it is broadcasting. Good. We've already asked. The Moblins have asked. A certain bandit gang comes to mind. Don't mean the bandits who kidnapped Dawntrail from Uklamat during the Rite of Succession. I'm sure they know the area well, but... hold on. I do remember hearing about a group of miscreants who turned themselves into the Lance Guard not too long after the Ascension ceremony. Apparently they were released later released on parole. I suppose if they're willing to atone for their crimes and genuinely wish to make a fresh start... My inner abacus is clucking away. It says we should speak with them, at the very least. Reduce the strain on our staff. Have former bandits give back to the communities they wronged. Yes. Everyone stands to gain much from a potential arrangement. Would you be willing to help track down these bandits? I knew I could count on you. Let's head to Many Fires and see what we can glean from the locals. Boom, ba-da-bum, bum, boom. Landscape Angler. Has Moby heard Wayne talk of bandits? I'm afraid not. These parts have been peaceful of late. Plenty of time to fish. Also, I catch a scrawny fisher in the woods not far from Deceiver's Montauk. A tonwata with crazy hair, as bright as jingly shy. I wonder who he was. I'm looking for a group of recently pardoned bands. Does that ring any bells? Ah, you seek news of the bandits let out on parole. Sneaky takers, the lot of them. They spread many bad feels in the village with their crimes. Cheese was not for them. Apparently they were eye-catched not so long ago. Moby dreads to think about the inevitable redivicism. I hope they've had time to reflect on the wrongness of dirty taking and are ready to make an honest living. Fly me to the moon and let me play with the stars. My goodness, it's you. You came here with Dawntrail Elita, seeking information about the bandit that waylaid me. Is there anything I can help you with this time? Ah, you wish to know what happened to Wawakaza and his band of brigands after all that? Well, I gather they surrendered to the Lance Guard. They even confessed to whereabouts of their stolen goods, that everything might be returned to the rightful owners. Sure enough, my merchandise made its way back to me. Apparently, some of their victims were so moved by the gesture that they petitioned the Lance Guard for a more lenient sentence. Perhaps that's why Val Uklamat granted them parole. I don't know how they fared since, but I've heard nothing to suggest they've been causing trouble. Anyhow, you'll have to excuse me. I must meet with a client in Urupaka. I do hope we meet again someday. Please help. Any news of our bandits? Doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop. So they turned themselves in, returned the stolen goods, and are now living in the wilds after being pardoned. What's more, it seems they haven't fallen back into old habits. Let's make for the woods to the south. That's where the anglers spotted Wawakaza, right? Hopefully we'll run into him there. Meow, 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 meow. Off we go. Riding home. Riding home. Come on, Elita, you can do this. No time for sleepy feet. I must admit I regret being so bold, but then again, what do I have to fear with you by my side? Starting to think I'm not cut out for fishing, and a man can't live off scrounging berries forever. What to do?
Ah, you're the assaulted devil of a sellsword. Listen, I turned myself in, even gave back what I stole. Put a life behind me for good. What more could you possibly want from me?
I have a proposition for you.
And why should I trust you? You're here to get revenge for that kidnapping, aren't you?
I assure you, as my associate says, we really do have a proposition for you. I'm Leaplo. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll get straight to the point. If you're serious about keeping to the straight and narrow and making amends for your past crimes, perhaps you'd like to work with us at the Dawntrail Travel Agency.
Work for you? Ha! I see your scheme. Plotting to haul me off to the mines under the guise of employment, aren't you? Curse you, Blackhearts. I ate the dirt. I ate dirt to survive after I escaped. I won't set foot inside another mine while there's still breath in my lungs.
Wait! That was unexpected, and all that talk of mines. He seemed genuinely traumatized. Elita, I want to find out what happened to him. Hopefully that way we can clear up this misunderstanding and have a proper discussion. I hate to ask, but could you find Wawaxa and bring him back here? He was awfully fast, but I doubt he'd outrun you. If you could bring Wawaxa back, it'd be much appreciated. I'm sure he's still nearby. Off I go.
Well, this isn't intimidating.
I'll just come at him with my dark wings. Should be around here somewhere.
I don't care how fast they are. They'll never find me here. What? How? Unbelievable. I ran full pelt and yet... that's use. Listen, I know what we did was inexcusable, but after it came to a head, we made an oath to never walk that path again. I won't bother another soul. I'll live out my days on the fringes. Please, just leave me be. You're saying this is all a misunderstanding? Well, it's clear there's no escaping you regardless. Fine, I'll hear her out, and put my faith in your hands. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Your associate says she wants to talk, and I'm prepared to listen.
I apologize if we frightened you, Wawaxa. That wasn't our intention. Are you willing to tell us why you fled?
Before we get to that, I want you to be honest. Do you really have a proposition for me that doesn't involve dragging me back to those godforsaken mines? In that case, I'll be honest with you. Me and the rest of the gang first came here after fleeing Dawntrail. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but Shaloni's been a hotbed of development since they found the blue gold beneath the plains. Among the folk that got their hands on a drilling permit, there were more than a few looking to get rich quick. The kind of despicable bastards who didn't think twice about sending kids into the tunnels, and we worked for the worst of the worst. Day after day, toiling and wasting away, till we died or escaped. We eventually realized, so we smuggled ourselves out in empty cerulean barrels. You can imagine what happened next. That federal of a foreman tried to hunt us down, so we fled to Kozamuka and took to banditry, as much to conceal our identities as to make ends meet. Right or wrong be damned, we would survive. But when we heard that Dawn Servant Muklamat spoke of our plight during the Ascension ceremony, we decided to turn ourselves in. After a time she showed us mercy and gave us a pardon. Even so, there's still fear of what might happen if the foreman or his lackeys were to find us.
Thank you for sharing your story and telling me of the struggles you and your friends have experienced. Let me assure you that I do not wish to bind you with contracts or chains. I offer only the opportunity for you and your comrades to provide for yourselves, to make an honest living on your own terms. So, how about it? How does working at a Turali travel agency sound?
That's more than any of us dared to hope for. But what if word gets back to the foreman? If someone shows up to haul us away, and we drag you into our affairs?
I'll need to look into it to be sure, but I honestly don't think there's much chance of that happening. Thanks to the efforts of the Dust Watch and the Daybreakers, Shalon is no longer the lawless place it used to be. Besides, I've been working on a plan to reintegrate former outlaws into society. I'll be sounding out the Wing of Reflection to see if they can support the initiative. I'm sure the Dawn Servants will give their blessing.
Incredible. But, you know, it feels like we should be begging you for the opportunity. We've burned so many bridges. I'll make damn sure you don't regret this. That said, what exactly are we supposed to do for you? About all we're good for is manual labour and pathfinding. Though I do know my way around a cookfire after feeding miners for all those years.
This wasn't part of the plan per se, but I think your culinary skills might come in handy. A restaurant on site could be a real earner. As for your comrades, we've been looking for individuals with an intimate knowledge of upstream Kozumauka, who are also capable of handling themselves. My plan was to employ them as guides turned protectors after a thorough assessment and proper training. I'd say it's about time we got back and continued preparations. Wawekasa can meet us back at the agency in Dock Poker once he contacts his friends.
Real honest work. Something tells me we won't get another chance like this.
Blankets, perfumed oil, lanterns. Welcome back, Elita. I reached out to the Wing of Reflection, and it was just as I thought. It seems Marcus's fears were unfounded. The situation in the civilian fields has changed dramatically in the past few years. Groups like the Daybreakers have put an end to the practice of child labour, and the Dust Watch have all but stamped out violent duels that used to be so common. As for the company of you and your comrades worked for, they have long since been shut down by the Daybreakers. For its part, the Wing of Reflection is committed to the restoration and preservation of law and order in Shaloni. Any new unscrupulous drilling operations are swiftly dealt with. You needn't worry about anyone coming after you.
Thank the heavens for that. In that case, we can commit to doing our part and repaying our debts. We've decided to set aside some of our earnings and repay folk for all the hurt we caused, you see.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Thanks to efforts of people and their special advisor, Marcus and his comrades have agreed to join the Travel Travel Agency. With this influx of new recruits, the shortage of staff that threatened to curtail expansion into Earthenshire has been resolved. While his former crewmates begin their training as guides, Marcus himself will be devising a menu of delicious local dishes as head chef of the agency's brand new eatery. Be sure to assist him and his crew of former brigands on their road to rehabilitation. Yay! I know, sweetheart, I know. I am but a humble merchant. It isn't my place to observe the workers of his past deeds. What I can do, however, is give him and his comrades the opportunity to start afresh. They may end up letting me down, but I decide to put my trust in them. When it comes to matters like this, sometimes you just have to listen to your inner abacus. Yeah, you just say the same thing. Where's the eatery? Adventurer, I can't quite believe everything's happened. Thank you. After all those years in the mines serving up grub, I'm used to catering for large groups. I won't let you or Leap down, that's for damn sure. Allow me to demonstrate. You caught them already. That's why I have you as your special advisor. I've helped to return them to the enclosure before, and capturing even one of the creases took on my patience to come in. This endeavour also ended with me having to clean spit off my goggles. There may be a handful already, but the alpacas we're raising here will only continue to grow in number.
We'll need to take lessons from the alpaca ranch if we're to do our best to care for them. I know my sister's a bold thinker, but when we founded the enterprise, I didn't expect to be working alongside former bandits. Still, I have to admit they've shown themselves to be excellent guides and diligent employees. If we can secure the Wing of Reflection support, we will assist them with their reintegration all the more. A swarm enemy. You will need your help with an overzealous employee. When the giant paper was near Dock, two moose start to swarm. They become a danger to anyone nearby. We currently have one of Warwick's comrades out there handling the threat for us. A most driven individual, I must say. Even so, there are more wasps than we first expected, and I'm worried he might be overwhelmed. He should be fighting by the Juiceman Bank, so I wonder if you could make your own way there and help eradicate a few of the pests. Once you've thinned the swarm, please check in our self-appointed exterminator. Seasoned adventurer, Yubu would send you out foraging for spices. Aurex's eatery has been a sound success so far. His approach of tailoring the menu to individual tastes has won him plaudits from visitors. But when supplies run low, he is sometimes unable to furnish guests' requests. In fact, he has just used the last of a certain key spice. It grows here in Kozumauka, but the journey is a long one, and few can spare the time to forage. I'm loath to trouble you, but I'd have you gather Ikiot Akiot for a resident chef. 3 spigs should yield enough seeds for Marques's cooking. Deliver your harvest to him when you're done. Animal friendship. Yubu would send you out to play with alpacas. One of our alpaca handlers is taking charge down by the water for some playtime. Misilja, however, thinks that they shouldn't have all the fun to themselves. She tells me that the punities are looking on with envy and is keen to give the animals a chance to sniff each other over. Both sides are incurably curious creatures, so I think it's a worthwhile endeavour. As you've probably well liked the manor beasts, I'd like you to be present to help facilitate. Should the prospect interest you, head over to the Punity Pen and speak with Misel Jha. Let's see what we got here. Is that like a backpack? There's a lot of reputation before I go to the next one. I thought Ghibli might send you. As you've probably heard, I want to give the Punities and the alpacas a chance to meet each other. This old beastkeeper has seen your natural rapport with animals, so it makes sense that you should be there to oversee proceedings. All you really need to do, though, is ride over and have the Punity perform her water trick. The alpacas will love it. I'll be there in case you hop off and lose your mount before you're done. Mrs. Jarrow tuned for this animal meet and greet, didn't she? I think it's a fine idea. I've heard that the magical spray of Impunity's water conjuration works to dispel unwelcome heat. As such, I wanted the alpacas to bathe in it for their well-being as much as for their enjoyment. And they certainly enjoyed it from what I can see. Having them play together like this on a regular basis will go far towards keeping them healthy and content. Thank you for bringing the animals together. After that refreshing shower, the alpacas are more lively than ever. The alpacas frolicking happily after bathing in the Punity's water display. I hope you're here to kill wasps. I thought to squish these stingers myself, but there's so many out there. Good to see you, Special Advisor, especially when you're covered in wasp innards. I appreciate the help. That should keep things quiet around here for a time, but I'll be watching and waiting. More of those buzzing terrors was hatched enough though, and someone has to be on hand to thin the swarm.
Talk to the squidgy fountain green.
That was quick. Did you get the architoke I needed?
A spray clip from an Ethiopia ashikoke shrub, heavy with vibrant red seed pods.
Perfect. Top-notch quality too. Ethiopia ashikoke belongs to the same family as the architoke that grows in Yakutal. Usually the seeds are ground up into powder for use in the kitchen. Ashikote is about as essential in Zabral cooking. Same goes for the cuisine here in Kozamuka. A sprinkle or two really elevates a dish. I also use it to add a touch of colour to grilled meat and the like. I couldn't do without it, personally. Anyway, I appreciate your traipsing all the way out there to keep my operation running. Be sure to give Yubli my thanks as well. With a good supply of Ashiko, I shall be able to keep our guests from Yakutal happy. As I said, I appreciate the help. Thank you for assisting with the poor paper wasps extermination. They come to scout for suitable nest locations, and it's always best to deal with the advance party before the nest builders start to gather. As for your fellow eradicator, I have him taking a hard, well-earned rest. We appreciate his passion for the work, but I prefer he pace his efforts lest he finds himself injured or worse. Things being as they are, however, I may need to call upon you again to help ease his self-assigned burdens. May I presume your foraging mission was a success? No doubt Wawakesa was pleased. It seems his time as a cook in Shaloni gave him a thorough education in a variety of cuisines. Funny they should end up catering for an entirely different clientele here at the agency. Thank you, Elita. I shall be in touch with Wawakesa. Spice supplies are running low. I'll warn you now, though, with all the flavours and food on the menu, you might find yourself foraging again quite soon. The way the punities behave around those they wish to be close with, you can sense an undercurrent of caring in their actions. The fact that their stunning water display has the added effect of magically cooling others down, and thus making life in this humid land more tolerable, it's just fascinating. We have much to learn from these acts of caring, and can use those lessons to improve our customers' experience. Such business aside, I must thank you again for helping to make this precious interaction happen. And we should have enough to afford the pillow pack. A rustic receptacle for all your pillow possessions. Use it to unlock a pillow pack. There it is. And that is what it looks like. Anyway, my lovely darlings, I'm gonna head off. Bless me. Love you all. Bye for now. Mwah. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Bye.